presents I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello and welcome to a brand new series of I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, coming to you from the Theatre Royal in Brighton. We're here as part of the Brighton Festival, the country's premier festival of the arts, whose reputation for staging pioneering and original entertainment of the very highest quality has been built up painstakingly over many years. What a shame to blow it all with one. Speaking personally, I'm delighted to be here. Having spent a very pleasant afternoon looking at antiques, I'm in the perfect mood to settle back and listen to some. Let me introduce them to you now. They are on my right, Willie Rushton and Brooke-Taylor. And on my left, Barry Cryer and Graeme Garden. Please give a warm welcome to a young woman who can't wait to do a bit of scoring, the delightful Samantha. Incidentally, Samantha tells me she's off after the show to meet a nice gentleman for an Italian meal. She's looking forward to some spaghetti, perhaps a little ravioli, and no doubt a large portion of gnocchi. Now, our first round is entitled Celebrity Answer Phones, and this has nothing to do with answer phones that happen to be celebrities in their own right. It means, teams, that I'd like you to suggest some messages that celebrities might leave on their telephone answering machines. For example, for Tim here, it might be, "Hello, this is Brooke-Taylor. I'm not here at the moment, but whatever it is, I'll do it."
Oh, you bitch.
Okay, we've got... Right. Barry, will you start us off, please?
Well, they are celebrities now. Anglican vicars who deny the existence of God have a standard answer machine now that says, "I don't believe I'm in."
A historical one for you. "Hello, this is Dr. Jekyll here. I'm not in at the moment." "Aye, dear, I'm in." "If you come round, I'll give you one." "If you don't mind most faithfully just waiting and..." "Oh, after the bleed."
Yeah. Graham.
Yes, there's one here. Hello, Peter Tatchell is out. If you'd like to be out too, please leave your name and diocese.
Captain Oates. "Hello, I've gone out. I may be sometimes, so don't bother to leave a message." Beep. "Hello, Bertrand Russell here. I'm not here at the moment, and yet perhaps I am in a very real sense. Like the page of a book before you've turned it over. Is it printed? Is it blank? So I may well be here, but why are we here? Particularly when we're not. Beep.
Hello, John Major is in at the moment, but only by the skin of his teeth. If you'd like to leave a message, please speak after the moan. Hello, this is Alexander Graham Bell, inventor of the first telephone. If you've invented another telephone...
We're going to play now a rather complicated game called One Song to the Tune of Another, which may need some explanation. In it, teams, we take a song or tune and remove the lyrics or words from the tune or song, and then, and this explains why we call it One Song to the Tune of Another, we take the lyrics or words away from another tune or song and get you to sing the words with the tune from the first song without the lyrics but with the music. And if this were not challenge enough, teams, accompaniment will be provided by Colin Sell at the piano. Incidentally, we've just heard some great news. I'm very pleased to announce that the BBC have arranged a special collection of Colin's entire work. They bagged it up and the council are sending some men round for it on Tuesday. Right, Tim, I'd like you to sing the words of My Old Man's a Dustman to the tune of Morning Has Broken.
poor man's a dustman. He wears a dustman's hat. He wears corporality trousers, and he lives in a council flat. He looks a proper nana in his great big hobnail boots. He's got such a job to pull 'em up that he calls them daisy roots.
OK, your turn, Barry. I'd like you to sing the words of The Sun Has Got His Hat On to the tune of Scarborough Fair.
The sun has got his hat on, hip, 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on, and he's coming out today. Now we'll all be happy, hip, 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on, he's coming out today. He's been tanning tourists out in Timbuktu. Now he's coming back to do the same to you. Jump into your sunbath, hip, 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on, and he's coming out today.
Right, it's you now, Willie. Would you sing the words of Old MacDonald Had a Farm to the tune of New York, New York?
Yes, but not well. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E. And on this farm he had some chicks, E-I. E-I-O with a chick here and a chick there, here a chick there, a chick everywhere. There you go.
And finally, what a lovely word that is, finally. Graeme, would you sing the words of Space Oddity to the tune of English Country Garden?
Ground control to Major Tom, ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom, commencing countdowns, engines on, check ignition, and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom.
Well, now it's time to play a brand new game called Name That Barcode. Anyone who regularly visits our modern supermarkets will know the barcode as an ingenious device for identifying the individual price of a product. The item is picked up by the cashier, who simply runs it past an electronic reader 3 or 4 times before holding it up and calling out, "How much is this?" At which point the price appears as if by magic in no more than 10 or 15 minutes. Now, teams, I've taken the liberty of bringing along some of my favourite barcodes, and I'd like you please to identify them. And here's the first one. Thick black, thin white, thin black, thick white. Thick black, thin white, thick black, thick white, thick black, thin white, and thick black. Okay, who's going to identify that?
I know this one. I'm not sure how. It's Lillettes with wings. I think. Just one of those things you remember as you see it.
Well, you remembered it wrong.
Sour cream. Why does Sainsbury's put a sell-by date on sour cream?
Do they come in ones or threes, these?
What? No, none of you have got anywhere near it.
Cotton buds.
No.
I use them nasally.
No, it's an oven-ready badger, £2.99. Well, let's try another one. We'll try another one. Thick white, thin black, thick white, thin black, thick white, thin black, thick white, thick white, thick white, and thin black.
This is a cheat. This is a special offer, isn't it?
No, I think you've got it. It was thick white, thick white, thick white. 3 thick whites at the end.
Thick white, thick white, thick white, thin white. Rolling Stones.
Now, I'm going to give Tim a mark for that, because he got nearest, it wasn't very near, in suggesting that it was a special offer. It's the Colin Sell piano tutor. Remaindered. It's now time for another thoroughly enjoyable game called Cheddar Gorge, which is just one of many traditional pastimes taking their title from English place names. For example, there's Chipping Norton, which involves making stone sculptures in the shape of motorcycles. Then we have Tower Bridge, a card game for exceptionally tall players. And I understand there are still certain isolated rural communities in Lancashire that like to play Upper Ramsbottom. Anyway, as the game Cheddar Gorge so obviously implies teams, I'd like you each to utter a single word in turn. The object of the game is to avoid completing a sentence. To complicate matters further, however, I'd like you each to include a word of my choosing, and these are, for you, Tim, defenestrated. Graeme, briefs.
Brief.
Barry,
Yes,
Got that, Barry?
yes. By instalments.
Barry, existentialist.
Oh, right.
And Willie, Pong. Now, teams, when you hear this, teams, it either means someone's playing under the 1972 rules, or I've decided the sentence is complete. Right, Tim, will you start, please?
I was in a
Very.
Existentialist.
condition
When
I.
Saw
coming
towards
Me.
a
pong.
so
I.
immediately
Ran.
away
From.
the
Pong.
pausing
Shortly.
to
Pong.
with
A.
small.
Pong.
It's a medley of
I
pongs.
like this game. Must be scoring enormous number.
This is a pong for Europe.
Full stop.
Don't look at me.
You've just ended the sentence. Our next round is entitled Builder's Jargon. In it, I'll be asking the teams to provide some examples of words or phrases used habitually by builders, together with what they actually mean. And just to get themselves in the mood, the teams have each drunk 2 gallons of sweet milky tea, eaten a packet of chocolate hobnobs each, lowered their jeans to reveal the mandatory 1 1/4 inches of cleavage, and laid around all day doing nothing except listen to Radio 1. Right, Willie, will you start us off, please?
Oh, we do electrics means no, we don't.
Graeme.
pebble dash means throw a stone through the window and run off.
Don't use the phone for the moment. We're working on that wall. Means we've knackered the cable.
I'll be round first thing in the morning. I'll be round tomorrow afternoon just when you've decided not to stay in any longer.
Oh, we do plumbing. No, we don't.
That door won't stick when the wood's dried out. Means that door won't open when the wood's dried out.
You know what they say about dust? It's lucky.
Oh, we do tiling.
No, that is level. You're leaning.
You won't know we're here means we won't be here.
Right. Well, with the score mounting apace, it's time for the next round, which is called Sound Charades. This round is based on the popular parlour game in which each team takes it in turn to act out the title of a book, film, play or TV programme for the other team to guess. But, as Chubby Checker would say, there's a twist. How did Chubby Checker get in here?
His name was based on Fats Domino. Did you know that? Fats, Chubby, Domino, Checkers.
Tremendously.
To return to the rules of this game...
Whatever happened to podgy chess, I wonder?
Now, in this version of charades, the teams are permitted the use of their mouths in a process technically known as speaking. OK, Tim and Willie, now you're to start, and your title will now be displayed via the megabyte magic of the satellite-linked, digitally remastered laser display board, so generously funded by the Brighton Festival. Well, for listeners at home, our high-tech thought transmitter will secretly implant the title directly into your heads so that it sounds to you as if it's coming out of the wireless.
My Night with Reg. My Night with Reg.
Right, off you go, Tim and Willie, with your charade.
It's a play, 4 words.
I saw you leaving with him last evening. What was his name then?
Do you know, I can't remember. Maudlin? Prentice? Presley?
Varney? It wasn't Varney, was it?
Might have been Varney. What was Elton John called before he was...
Oh, yes, Dwight.
No, that was Eisenhower.
Oh.
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, good. Right.
You wanted...
Yeah, it's My Night with Elton.
Yes.
We don't want to hear about that.
Right, I suppose it's your turn, Barry and Graham, and your title's now going up on the laser display, and here again is the thought transmitter for listeners at home.
Rob Roy. Rob Roy.
Book and a film.
Book and a film.
2 words.
What are they?
You'll find out shortly.
Yeah.
Are you there, Lord Jenkins?
That is true.
Right. Put your hands up. Hand over your wallet.
You rogue, you rascal.
This is a stick-up. Let's have your money and be sharp about it. Blimey, is that all? I don't call that very liberal.
You rotter. The end.
They wanted to say Wob Woy, didn't they?
Well, that was fun. Our next round is another new one and has been sent in by Mr. R.F. Preston of Leeds, which he assures me has helped alleviate the tedium of wet camping holidays in Scotland with his wife, and thought it might do the same for this programme. He writes, it's called Knights of the Round Table, and is based on words starting with the syllable Sir, and that's spelled S-I-R-S-U-R or C-E-R. For example, the knight who was prone to running amok, circumstances beyond our control. 1 point to me, Samantha. Or the intriguing knight, surrounded in mystery. OK, teams, any other...
Would it be possible as an alternative we could all go on a wet camping holiday in Scotland with his wife?
I booked mine halfway through that last game. Any other suggestions? Teams?
Yes, indeed. I can give you one. The Night of Rupture, Sir Jekyll Appliance.
And the knight who likes a pint, Sir Osis of the Liver.
Sir Mon on the Mount. That's a night to remember.
Sir Realist, the knight with a melted clock for a face.
Musical one, Sir Ree with a fringe on top.
And the rather unpleasant knight, Sir Lee Bastard.
I know I had a night of bliss, Sir Serendipity.
Surplus. He was the 12th knight. The
Grasping knight, service not included.
The electrical knight, circuit breaker.
The hopes of all the old maids in the court are insurmountable. Some have their eyes on surprise package.
This is a clever one. Oh. Sir Peter Hall. Night at the Opera.
And galloping up, it's racing Sir Tinty. Oh dear, he's fallen off his horse now. He's dead, Sir Tinty.
Any more?
No.
Well, after that totally unexpected burst of brilliance, Samantha's been working so hard she's worn my pencil out. But I lent it to her. Our next round is a musical round called Chas and Dave, in tribute to that fine Cockney songster duo, Flanagan and Allen. Chas and Dave have over many years become as integral a part of our culture as cockles and mussels, bangers and mash, rhubarb and custard, and kaolin and morphine. In this round, teams, I'd like you to sing a well-known song, but in the style of Chas and Dave. You'll be accompanied, as ever, by Colin Sell, whom I've been informed doesn't know the meaning of the word disharmony. He also seems to struggle with the words stop, that, dreadful, and racket. Right, you're to start, please, Tim and Willie, and your song is the delightful Beatles ballad, Yesterday.
Yesterday, tell me about your troubles. All my troubles seem so far away. Look at that. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Blimey. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly. I am suddenly. I'm a lot the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Who is that? Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why, she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. Rabbit. I said something wrong. Rabbit. Yesterday, today, I was at an easy game to play. Wallop, good. Now I need a place to hide away. I believe in yesterday. Wallop, rabbit, good.
Very good. Your turn now, Barry and Graham, and your song is the charming I Feel Pretty from West Side Story.
Awful pretty and witty and bright. Ain't a pity, any girl who isn't me tonight. Lovely knockers, London girl, wallop, awful charming, it's a lovely, charming I feel. It's pretty, that I can hardly believe I'm real. Jelly deal. See the pretty girl in the mirror there, caw, looking at a treadmill beat, oi. Such a pretty face, such a pretty dress, such a pretty smile, such a pretty boy, half as nothing. And he draws it, feel like running and does it for joy. Shake a leg for an up, my pretty, wonderful boy. Pretty boy, good job.
Right, well, that's almost all we've got time for, although there's just long enough, I think, for a quick round of Doctor's Song Book. Teams, I'd like you to please suggest some titles or first lines of songs likely to be popular with the medical profession. Tim, I'd like you to start.
Knees up, Mother Brown.
Right, well, that's the end of our...
I really wanted to do that one, which I always thought was Doctor. It was Brown Girl in the Ring, which has Show Me Emotion.
Barry.
Unchained Melody by Urethra Franklin.
I'm too sexy for my truss. Lipstick on your colon. A deeply unpleasant sensation singing in the brain.
Hit the Prozac and don't you come back no more.
Suppositories a jolly good fellow.
Nursum Dorma.
Cold finger.
You're in the money?
Yes, sir, that's my baby.
Rectum, said Fred.
Hernia rose I bring you.
I want some diagnosis for a blue lady.
Testes song at twilight.
Oh, I do like to be beside the bedside.
Doctor, no.
They can't take that away from me.
As I notice, the eternal flame of hope has just been put out by the fire officer of destiny. With the sand bucket of fate. It must be the end of the programme. So from the team, Samantha and myself, and the Theatre Royal in Brighton, goodbye.
Tim Brooke-Taylor, Barry Cryer, Graeme Garden and Willie Rushton were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme was produced by John Naismith. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, which this week comes to you from the Palace Theatre in the historic town of Watford. As early as the 9th century BC, the Catalonian King Wilfrid came upon a site by a water crossing where he laid down the foundations of a new city that was to become the envy of the Holy Roman Empire. Its ancient covered market, Romanesque brick towers, Baroque cathedral and fine collection of Renaissance paintings. There are few things finer than to spend the day browsing amidst its remarkable Gothic splendor. A legacy we owe to the vision of that great King Wilfrid of Catalonia. What a pity he never visited Watford. Instead, please welcome on my left, Barry Cryer and Graeme Garden. And on my right, Willie Rushton and Tim Brooke-Taylor. And finally, please welcome a delightful lady whose job it is to get the team's points up as fast as possible. Our scorer, Samantha. Our first round is entitled Missed Hits. It's often occurred to me that otherwise first-rate programs, plays, books and films have often sunk without trace for want of a decent title. Teams, I'd like you please to come up with some interesting suggestions for me. And when you've done that, think up some titles that would have been surefire number one smash failures. Tim, would you start, please?
1983. Shallow Gravy.
Barry.
Spot, that's the failed Grease.
Willie.
And God created Mrs. Bottomley. Indiana Jones and the Stuffed Panda.
That sounds rather good.
I like it. Graeme.
Death Date. 24 hours from Tulse Hill.
Oh, like the Guns of Neasden. Quite a new one. It is Dumb and Gummer.
Killing of Eddie George.
And Dodo Watch.
There was a very famous failed song, Trouble Over Bridgewater.
Any more? Famous five get pissed?
I'd go and see that.
Yeah.
Now it's time for a musical round in which our teams can exhibit their skill and showmanship to the full by getting their mouths around something unfamiliar. It's a game called One Song to the Tune of Another, in which, as the title might suggest, the teams take it in turns to sing one song to the tune of another. This is not to be confused with the equally popular One Tune to the Song of Another, in which, while another person sings, the teams take it in turns to suck on a mentholated lozenge. To provide the piano accompaniment, here's Colin Sell. Incidentally, Colin tells me he's been commissioned to write a lute concerto. If all goes well, Exchange and Mart might want one as well. Graeme, we're going to start with you. Will you please sing the words of Stand By Me to the tune of the Hokey Cokey?
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, no, I won't be afraid, no, I won't be afraid, just long as you stand by me. Hey, stand by me. Darling, darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me, stand by me.
Jolly good. Now, Barry, will you sing the words of I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts to the tune of Fly Me to the Moon?
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. There they are, standing in a row. Big one, small one, some as big as your head. Give 'em a twist. A flick of the wrist. That's what the showman said. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Every ball you throw will make me rich. There stands your wife, the idol of my life, singing roll a ball a ball, a penny a pitch, singing roll a ball a ball, a penny a pitch, singing roll a ball a ball, a penny a pitch, roll a ball a ball, roll a ball a ball.
Jim, will you please sing the words of On Mother Kelly's Doorstep to the tune of Hernando's Hideaway?
On Mother Kelly's doorstep, down Paradise Road, I'd sit along a Nelly, she'd sit along a Joe. She'd got a little hole in her frock, lay in her shoe, hole in her sock where her toe peeped through. But Nellie was the smartest down our alley. Lay on Mother Kelly's doorstep. I'm wondering now if little Cal remembers Joe her beau, and does she love me like she used to? Mother Kelly's doorstep down Paradise Road. Lay.
And finally, Willie, will you sing the words of Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive to the tune of the Blue Danube?
All right, now go, walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Hi, hi. Did you think I'd crumble? Do you think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll...
Our next round is based on the TV program called Through the Keyhole, but modified to make it suitable for wireless transmission. In our game, the teams will enter the homes of well-known people and give clues as to their identity to both entertain and inform the audience. But that's not the only way it differs from the original. We're playing the historical version of the game, where the homes belong to famous people from the past. Backstage, the Palace Theatre have specially modified 2 mystery cubicles to resemble precisely the homes of certain historical personalities. And the team should take it in turn to describe the contents of their cubicle for the other team to guess. Right, Tim and Willie, you're going to go first, and I'd like you to enter your mystery cubicle now. Take care to knock first, as the lock's broken and there might be somebody in there already. While you're on your way, the historical householder's name will now be flashed up on the computer-linked, satellite-controlled laser display board for the benefit of our... Well, here's the mystery voice for listeners at home.
King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII.
Okay, Tim and Willie, have you entered your cubicle yet?
Yes.
Will you start describing what you see?
Well, here we are. In the great hall, the umbrella stand full of elephant's feet and tennis rackets.
There are many suits of armor, some with enormous cut pieces.
And climbing the stairs, now we see great stags' heads, 8 boars' heads, 2 moose heads, and could those be the Nolan sisters?
We enter the bedroom and we see a fine half-timbered bed, heavily reinforced. Who lives here? Is it a womanizing tennis pro like Martina Navratilova?
Over to you, David.
Hump's the name. Right, Barry and Graeme, would you like to start guessing now?
Is this tennis in the sense of real tennis?
No.
Yes. Then I've no idea. A half-timbered bed. Is this a Tudor?
Yes.
Hurry up, it's
should tell
cold in here.
Should tell the audience you can applaud if they're getting warm.
Henry VIII. Henry VIII.
It's your turn, Barry and Graeme, to leave the room. Thank God. Would you please enter your mystery cubicle now? And here again is the laser display board with the answer and the mystery voice for listeners at home.
King Ethelred the Unready. King Ethelred the Unready.
Hello?
Hello, are you there?
Yeah. The right mess it is, too.
Okay, well, Tim and Willie, you've got to be ready to guess. Okay, carry on.
He must have forgotten we were coming, I think.
Obviously left in a hurry.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he forgot to wind up his alarm clock that he slept in. Yeah.
One sock, one shoe. Oh, dear. Shopping list he's left behind here.
Well, he'll miss that when he gets to Tesco, won't he? Here's his fridge. Look, he's run out of milk, of course.
Yeah.
And what's this note on the front of it? Collect crown from cleaners.
Yeah.
Tim and Willie, start guessing.
It's either Jimmy Nail or Quentin Crisp on one leg. There is a one-leggedness here.
Yes.
One leg is a bit misleading, I think.
So he left in a hurry. So he's a mess. He rushed out and...
And he's royal.
Is he royal?
Yes.
Yes.
Was he king? Can we ask that?
Yes.
I don't know what gave me that clue.
He just had to roam through the various kings of England, that's all.
Willie, Harry, Steve...
Harry, Dick, John, Harry, 3.
Willie late now.
Oh, earlier.
Yeah. Oh, Ethel.
Ethel.
Red.
Oh, always a blur in photographs, shouting, "Wasn't ready." Sorry.
Now it's time for the next round, which is called word for word. In it, team members must take it in turns to say a word that's completely and utterly unconnected from the last. So, for example, if Lloyd Webber is followed by talented, that would be perfectly all right. The opposing team should challenge if they notice a connection. Okay, Willie, will you start, please?
Cupboard. Tongue. Booth. Pliers.
Exit.
Bellows.
Face.
Mausoleum.
Trousers.
Challenge from Barry.
We're at home. We keep tongue in the cupboard. I thought I'd better strike quickly while the iron was on.
We don't need to hear about your private life, though, do we? I'd like to give your cupboard a good tonguing. No.
That was a ludicrous challenge. So will you carry on, Barry?
Tankard. Survivor. Wave.
Challenge there from Tim.
I don't survive unless I have a tankard of good ale. I can't remember what the local Watford one is, but if I could, I'd say it. What is it? Benskins is a very, very fine drop in a tankard. I can survive on that.
Don't say it too loud, and I may send you some.
Can't be too much for me of the Benskins.
I'm going to overrule that challenge and ask you to carry on, Graham.
Unready.
Challenge from Tim.
Benskins is always ready. And I'm always ready for a Benskin.
Carry on, Graham, please.
Pencil. Lead.
How do you spell lead?
L-E-A-D.
Oh, lead.
Banjo. Pluck. Chicken. Chow mein. Special.
Multiple challenge from Tim.
I buzzed a long time ago and I've forgotten what. I don't think you pressed your little whatever you call it.
Are you blaming the chairman for
Certainly not.
having duff equipment?
Adjudication, please.
We're going to go on now to a game. It's called Name That Toupee, in which I shall ask team members to identify by touch alone the owners of an assortment of celebrity hairpieces. Incidentally, it should be noted that our teams have few problems in this department. Graham, in particular, has a thick, luxurious thatch. Unfortunately, it's on top of his cottage in Cumbria. Our team Samantha has carefully secreted the mystery toupees in this carrier bag. So, taking utmost care not to use any other sense than touch alone, I'd like you please, teams, to name that toupee. And we'll start with you, Barry.
Green 34. Oh, no, that's a rabbit. Oh, I know this one. Wait a minute, just by touch alone, yeah, this is Charlton Heston's. It's red and parted in the middle.
Are you under the impression you were right that time?
Never.
Okay, Graham.
There's a head in this one still.
I don't know. This is feels like. No, I think it's a radio toupee. Am I right?
Yes.
A radio toupee. Jimmy? Jimmy to you?
Oh, yes.
Hey,
Still got the headphones on.
You're only allowed to touch.
We'll go for Jimmy Young.
Absolutely right.
Yeah. We should have called this I'm Sorry I Haven't the Glue.
Tim, what do you think?
Jimmy Young.
It bit me.
Right at the bottom here is Yul Brynner. It's not somebody standing on their head, is it? Claire Rayner. Only a guess.
Quite right. This next round is called sequels, and it's limited only by the power of our team's imaginations. Could be one of the quickest ever. As lovers of the arts will have noticed, it's currently the vogue for modern authors to create sequels to classic pieces of literature from the pens of our great writers. I'd like you please, teams, to suggest some extracts from possible sequels to classic works of literature by new authors. And you're going to start, Willie, and I'd like you to suggest some extracts from a sequel to Moby Dick, as written by Raymond Chandler.
When I came round, I was lying face down on the beach at Santa Barbara. Then I heard a voice. "I'm looking for a private dick," she said. I looked up. She was beautiful. Her body shimmered like fish skin. She had lips like Andrew Lloyd Webber and gills like Prince Charles. This wasn't surprising. She was a herring. "I'm a dick," I gasped. "Moby Dick, too." "Is that a gun under your jacket," she said, "or you're just pleased to see me?" "That's Gregory Peck," I said. I haven't been able to shake him off since the end of Moby Dick 1. She laughed like whitebait tap dancing on a bed of wet lettuce. I was in love and several sizes too big for her.
Your turn, Tim, now, and I'd like you please to suggest a sequel to the Book of Exodus as compiled by Wisden.
Wisdom will be looking back over the previous season. The season started quite well with preparations for the overseas trip. The first test was spoilt by bad light and locusts. In the second test, the players were asked to play on through frogs and boils, but finally had to come off after a particular vicious attack of murrain on the beasts. The experiment of extending 5-day test to 40 days and 40 nights, demanded by Pharaoh Rupert's Earth and Sky Sports, was not a huge success. The county captains declared the experiment with Moses' new rules had been successful, but suggested that the one about adultery should be chiselled out for the next season and replaced with "thou shalt not tamper with the balls." Moses once again was voted man of the match and the season. Man up.
Right, it's you now, Barry. Would you please provide us with some likely extracts from Winnie the Pooh's sequel, as written by Michael Winner?
Well, it's an absolutely natural choice, because I'm known affectionately in the profession as Winnie the Pooh, and in my film Pooh Sticks 2 Massacre, Winnie and Trigger, played by Charles Bronson, go to a restaurant and the doorman doesn't recognise them, so they waste him. And they go inside and the manager puts them in a table by the window, which is, of course, social death. And they then gang rape the staff with coffee and mints to follow. Do you want a quote on anything?
Finally, Graeme, would you supply us, please, with some extracts from Murray Walker's sequel to A Tale of Two Cities?
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. As Sidney Carton heads for the final straight leading to the guillotine, which you will remember is the controversial new device introduced this season for literally twisting the feet off the aristocrats as they... Correction. I am reminded that it actually cuts the heads off and...
Goes on like this forever.
It's now time for a round entitled Just a Minim. We base it on an old wireless favourite where panellists talk non-stop nonsense while the others try to butt in. But Any Questions was a bit of a boring title, so we changed it. In this round, teams, you should attempt to sing a song without repetition, hesitation, roar, pindi, or deviation. Non-singers may buzz to challenge. Please bear in mind, teams, that an excessive number of buzzes may drown out the piano accompaniment of Colin Sell. Actually, Colin was telling me before the show that he just completed a series of nationwide performances. This week, however, he's back on his usual pitch outside Bradford and Bingley. I'd like you, please, Graham, to start, and the song is When the Red, Red Robin Comes Bob, Bob, Bobbing Along.
When the red scarlet robin comes bob-shilling bobbing along. Ditto. There'll be no more sobbing.
Challenge from Willie.
Ditto isn't very good, you know.
What's wrong with it?
It just doesn't mean along.
I agree with Willie on this one.
Well, I don't. Carry on, Graham.
And where does Robert Robinson come into it anyway?
Sobbing when he starts throbbing his old sweet song. Wake up, Ditto, you sleepyhead.
Challenge from Tim.
A repetition of Ditto.
We have had Ditto previously.
You pick up the song, Tim.
Where from?
Get up, get out of bed.
Who asked you?
Get up. Rise. Leap off your couch. Cheer up. Smile, for God's sake. The sun is red. Live, love, and be happy. What if I've been blue? Now I'm walking through. Feel.
Oh, we've got miles to go now.
Listen, but still I listen for hours and minutes. I'm just going to do what I did again. Singing a song. When the red crimson sparrow comes. Oh, that's Bob Booth,
Robert Robinson along. That's right.
Challenge from Barry.
Sparrow is not synonymous with Robin.
Better than Tito.
That was fun. That's almost all we've got time for, though there's just enough time for a round of Undertakers Song Book. So, teams, while Samantha slips out into the audience to check for signs of life, I'd like you please to suggest some song titles or first lines likely to be popular with an audience of Undertakers.
Okay. Champion the Wonder Hearse.
Okay, you start, Barry.
He always said he'd be late for his own funeral.
Ditto. Wop bapalupalapalum embalm.
That's like... Some embalming evening, you may stop a stranger.
You're the cream in my coffin?
I'm getting buried in the morning.
She wore itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot winding sheet.
Top hat and nails.
Oh, no. I dig it my way.
Tie a yellow ribbon round the cemetery.
I can't get no putrefaction by the road.
The old Engelbert, please deep freeze me.
Well, you're just my Jack in a box.
Where have all the flowers gone?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the Rock of Ages is cleft in twain by the karate chop of fate, I notice it has Souvenir of Watford written all the way through it. Probably means the time's come to say goodbye. So from Samantha, the teams, and myself, goodbye.
Tim Brooke-Taylor, Barry Cryer, Graeme Garden and Willie Rushton were being given Silly Things to Do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme was produced by John Naismith.
Find ourselves in the delightful old town of Windsor, famous for its royal castle, great park and regular bazaar, where visitors can browse and purchase all manner of silks and spices, particularly after the arrival of the spring camel trains, swelling the indigenous population of the Casbah with the merry chatter of Arab and Berber tongues. Wait a minute, this is a load of rubbish. The camel trains go to Stoke Poges. Anyway, talking of merry chatter, let me introduce you to our teams, who were recently described as amongst the most notable in their profession. I'm sorry, I think that should read the most not able in their profession. Anyway, they are on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Willie Rushton. And on my left, Barry Cryer and Graeme Garden. And a warm Windsor welcome, please, for the lady who checks the team's points, the lovely Samantha. Our first round is entitled Historical Headlines. In days of yore, teams, before the invention of proper newspapers, or even the Sun, many historic events went unreported. This obvious gap in the market wasn't filled until the publication of the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, or as we know it today, the Daily Telegraph. Teams, I'd like you please to come up with some likely newspaper headlines that one might have found in the morning papers after a certain historical event. The event in question is Noah builds the Ark. Barry, will you start, please?
Well, it's actually a correction, this, from The Guardian. The headline should have read, Noah aims to Mount Ararat, not aims to Mount Arafat.
Willie?
There's some lively gossip in the News of the World. Ham in sandwich with Mrs. Japheth.
Graeme?
The Express, yes. Big boat to be launched in Wimbledon fortnight.
Tim?
Turn it, Noah, 3 cubits short of an ark, says the Sun. Good weather to continue, says Michael Fish.
Any more on that one?
Which magazine had Gopher Wood comes out top in tests?
Oh, I've got the Sport here, Humph.
Oh.
Mule in mixed marriage shock.
I'm going to give you another historical event now. Isaac Newton discovers gravity. And Tim, will you start this time, please?
A Mirror exclusive. I told you so, says Eddie the Eagle.
Guardian again, Newton discovers law of graffiti.
And the Express, Golden Delicious bruised in cruel experiment, says... says RSPC Fruit.
The Guardian again. Gravity is a computer, says Isaac Apple.
The Sun, 19 other things you didn't know about gravity.
Another one from the Sun. Core, what a stunner. Mrs. Newton shows off her pippins on page 3.
Okay. Now for a regular round called Pick-Up Song. As is customary in this round, DJ Samantha will unsleeve a number of choice 12 inches, as well as spinning some discs on my gramophone. The team should sing along in turn. However, at a certain point, the sound will magically disappear thanks to a complex technique known to electrical engineers as adjusting the volume knob. If on its return, teams, you're within a midge's minim of the original, I'll be awarding points. And what do points mean? Points! Oh. I thought Windsor might be cut above the others, but not a bit of it. This week's prize is the very latest in transcendental furnishing. It's an occasional table. Willie, will you start by accompanying Cliff Richard with his definitive version of The Girl from Ipanema?
Tall and tanned and young and lovely.
The girl, hurry up, Cliff. Is walking. And when she passes, each one she passes goes good. What? This is Cliff Heath. Samba that swings so cool and sways so gentle that when she passes, each one she passes goes blah. Whatever he said, I'm going to say. Oh, but I watch her so sadly. How can I tell her I love her? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. And each day when she walks to the sea, she looks straight ahead, not at me. Be-dum. Tall and tan and young. Oh, he's very slow.
I think how pleased Cliff would have been if he'd got it right.
He's not that much older than I am.
I thought things were unpromising when you weren't even in time when the music was playing. Graeme, will you join the swinging Blue Jeans singing the Hippie Hippie Shake?
If I must.
I got the hippie hippie shake. Yeah, I got the shakes. I got the hippie hippie shakes. I can't sit still with the hippie hippie shakes. Yeah, I cannot feel now with the hippie hippie shakes. Yes, in the bag, oh, the hippie hippie shake. Well, you shake it to the left, you shake it to the right, and do the hippie shake and shake with all your might, baby. Come on.
Pretty good. But Barry, now, I'd like you to accompany Terry Savalas singing If.
If a picture paints a thousand words, then why can't I paint you? The words will never show. You come to know. If a face could launch 1,000 ships, I must lose lollipop. And where am I to go? There's no one home but you. You're all that's left me, too. I had black hair when this started. And when my love for life is running dry, you come, my love.
Just like to ask the audience, what would you do if they actually came back in time with the music? An orgasm, I should think. Finally, Tim, will you join Elvis Presley with Are You Lonesome Tonight?
Are you lonesome tonight?
Yes.
Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we started to sing? Does your memory stray about 3:15 when I kissed you and called you sweetheart?
Have your glasses, please.
To the shelves in your parlour seem empty and bare.
Your decades.
Do you guess at your doorstep? Do you
Well, if Elvis is still alive, it's certainly not in here. I'm not going to award anybody. In fact, the points that you gained on the opening rounds, I'm going to take away after that. Our next round is called Straight Face. The rules, teams, are quite easy. They're that you must not get laughs from the studio audience. Well, you've certainly been putting in a lot of practice. I hope you haven't overtrained. In this round, each team member should take it in turns to say an unfunny word on the subject of Windsor and its environs. Anyone raising even the slightest titter will be disqualified until only the winner remains. If we're not too careful, this could go on all night. Right, Willie, will you start, please?
Brown.
Soup. Nomad. It's a local allusion.
Battlement.
Barbara.
A laughing hump.
What?
He got a laugh.
Oh, I was thinking of something else. Okay, righto, Willie, you've got to sit out of the rest of the game.
All right.
Start with you, Graeme.
Haddock.
Dean.
Dahlia.
Acute boredom.
You're not allowed to chip in that.
I wasn't chipping in, I was just talking to somebody in the front row, guys. It's really boring,
It's the most successful... Actually, the game was going better than it's ever gone before. Right, take it up, Tim. Come on, hurry up.
Race course.
What?
Race course.
Will you get on with it, Graeme, please?
Oh. Race course.
Repetition of race course.
Barry?
Race horse.
Not.
Tackle.
What's that got to do with Windsor?
You don't know?
Tittle.
Chucker.
Not.
Lego.
Oh, go on, finish it.
Wait a minute. Graham's out of it, he got a laugh then.
Oh.
Barry's between you and Tim, and jolly exciting it is too.
Ticket.
Theatre.
Circle.
Castle.
What's that thing you have at the front of a castle? Drawbridge.
Dildo.
Sorry. Tim.
Sorry, was that?
You're in the wrong show. We did it. We did that last week. Barry's big... Barry's the winner, and I bet he's jolly proud of it. Now to a new round called Euro TV and Radio Guide. Anyone who stayed up late watching those subtitled foreign films on Channel 4 will understand quite how stimulating a lot of continental culture can be. Now, I'm sure there are quite a few British programmes teams that with only a minor adjustment or two would be extremely entertaining for our partners in Europe and even further afield. I'd like you now to suggest for us some continental versions of some of your favourite TV and radio programmes. And Barry, will you start, please?
For Holland, Wimmel Fix It.
Another good one for Holland. I'm sorry I haven't a clog.
One for Poland. Torval and Dean in Let's Face the Music and Gdansk.
Italy, Venice in particular, One Man and His Doge. For Russia, Crime Watch Ukraine.
For Television Aaron, One Man and His Bog. And the French could have One Man and His Frog. Norway, you could have one man in his log.
Albania, one man and King Zog.
Friday night is Munich night.
In Norway, you could have only trolls and Norses.
Denmark, Hans Andersen country.
Or even blind Dane.
For French wine buffs, 1 foot in the grave. For Russian shoppers, have I got cues for you?
And for Austria, Dr. Finley's Kitzbühel.
Really boring on Dutch radio, Radio 4, Amsterdam country, with subtitles for the Delft.
Popular all over the EEC, London's burning. For the Vatican, top of the popes.
Roman away.
Any more? It's now time to play the game called Mornington Crescent. Before we begin, you'll be interested to learn that we've recently been swamped by another letter from our regular correspondent, Mrs. Trellis of North Wales, who confesses to becoming a little confused. Dear Mr. Parsons, she writes. More. But when can we expect Dr. Buchatsky to return to the show? Dr. Buchatsky was surely the master of the genre, was she not? Well, perhaps you'd write again, Mrs. Trellis, to explain exactly what your confusion is. Anyway, in celebration of our visit to this historic town with its famous family connections, not many of you listening at home will know that I was born half a mile from this very theatre. And there are...
Currently dying.
Let's have a short conference with Samantha. Yes, I thought he was. Tim was in the lead. Anyway, we're going to play a special Windsor Rules version of the game, as approved by appointment to none other than Barbara herself. I might remind you, teams, that under Windsor Rules, only the senior player in a straight line may inherit possession, unless, of course, the Habsburg Convention has been invoked, in which case Grimaldi's protocol takes precedence. All, of course, which goes without saying. Okay, teams?
Does the straight line include stations?
It's not that sort of line.
Well, what sort of line is it then?
I think, Tim, once we get into the game, I think you'll understand it.
He doesn't usually.
Tim, will you start, please?
High Street, Kensington.
Alma Road.
Who?
Alma Road.
Humphrey knew her when he was 8 years old.
Go on, Willie.
Earls Court Road. A safe decision, mate. You see, I play very well, Tim, unlike some. Yeah.
What's that you were saying about stations?
I never mentioned stations.
Oh, somebody did.
Somebody did.
I know what somebody might have done, but I mean, it's not...
No, well, Euston Square, then.
Yes, well.
Oh, nice.
Tim.
I'm allowed to think? Not as easy as it sounds, you know.
What, thinking?
Thinking in a straight line. Island Gardens.
Ooh, how colossal.
Oh, any small gardens?
Oh, how silly.
No, it's got two ends.
Yeah, foolish.
I think you can nap that.
I can. We can certainly win in 3 from here. This is very good. The Barbican.
No.
Watch them pale, visibly. Look at that. Sweat has broken out on their heads.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Why start now?
Kew Bridge.
Good.
Silly.
Win in 3.
Yes. You just do it. You'll hear the applause of big...
Straight in.
Yeah!
But it's straight lines, you're not...
Habsburg connection.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes, sorry. Mornington Crescent.
I want a ruling on that, Humph.
How?
How can that be?
What you've forgotten is that Grimaldi's protocol took precedence there.
Exactly.
And you've completely ignored that.
They're wriggling.
It was blocking the two. The two gardens blocks it. You can't do that.
No, with these rules, you need 3 gardens to block.
Well, we've got Graeme here.
Now, there's no doubt this argument will go on. Listeners at home will be arguing well into the night. But that's a very good win for...
Wasn't it?
I've forgotten who won. I can't remember who won now.
We did.
Tim, yeah.
Tim did. Very good, Tim.
Against all the odds.
It's now time for a round of limericks, the nonsense poems loved by literally tens of people. I shall furnish you each teams with a fecund first line from which I'd like you to continue taking 1 line each. And Tim, your opening line is, that remarkable sleuth Hercule Poirot.
That remarkable sleuth Hercule Poirot was attacked by an oversexed Barrow.
He said, I've got your number. You saucy cucumber. I'll see you the same time tomorrow.
Here's one for you. Here's a strange case, said Watson to Holmes.
Here's a strange case, said Watson to Holmes. Outside, there are 2 garden gnomes.
One's lost his wee rod.
And the other poor sod.
Has been sat on by Nicholas Soames.
Willie, your opening line is, the thing about Inspector Morse.
The thing about Inspector Morse...
Yes?
is that now he is right back on course.
In Provence for a year.
He's revived his career.
As the back of a pantomime horse.
Finally for you, Graeme, did you hear about old Van der Valk?
He powders his bottom with talc.
When asked what for,
He said, my bum's red raw.
Scansion.
You can tell by the way they welt.
Okay, well, our next round is a musical one and involves an apparently unlikely combination of musical intonation. The lilting melody of the swanny whistle with the contrapuntal rasp of the kazoo. Teams, with the aid of these 2 fine instruments, I'd like you please to provide renditions of certain tunes of my choosing. No choice of accompanist, of course. It'll be Colin Sell on the piano. Actually, Colin's been practicing so hard he can almost play these tunes backwards. Unfortunately, he's still quite a long way off playing them forwards. Anyway, Barry and Graeme, your song is Pa, and it's to feature Barry Cryer on kazoo and Graeme Garden on swanny whistle. Tim and Willie, quiet please. Your song is If I Were a Rich Man, and it's to feature Willie Rushton on kazoo and Tim Brooke-Taylor on swanee whistle. Well, that's almost all we've got time for, although there's just long enough, I think, for a quick round of Farmer's Song Book. So, teams, while Samantha pops out to enjoy the lay of the land, I'd like you please to suggest some song titles likely to be popular with an audience of farmers.
Scylla's greatest hit, Set Aside Love.
The old carol, Silage Night.
I saw 3 sheep come sailing by.
What cow, my love?
Fertilizer with an S, not fertilizer with a Z.
Barley High.
I wonder who's kissing her plough.
Noel Cowherd and Some Hay I'll Bind You.
Duck be a lady tonight. A lonely life down on the farm.
Till.
I want to wash that manure out of my hair.
Mutton up your overcoat.
We're a couple of swills.
You're the crops.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Wee Willie begins the frantic search for his Winky, I notice that we've run out of time. Join us again next week when we'll be in Oxford. Until then, it's goodbye from myself and the teams, and it's goodbye from Windsor. Goodbye.
Tim Brooke-Taylor, Barry Trier, Graeme Garden and Willie Rushton were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme was produced by John Naismith. We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, which this week comes to you from the Royal Shakespeare Theatre in historic Stratford-upon-Avon. Stratford is, of course, world-renowned as a centre of theatrical excellence, and interestingly, tonight's teams have all been members of the RSC. Or was it the AA? I don't know. Anyway, they are on my left. On my left, Barry Trier and Graeme Garden. On my right, Willie Rushton and Tim Brooke-Taylor. Sadly, our regular scorer, the delightful Samantha, has been filming a new comedy of errors directed by Ken Russell. She doesn't know the film's title yet, but I'm assured it's well up to his usual standard. And, of course, any young actress that's worked with Mr. Russell will be familiar with his famous leer. However, we're very pleased to welcome back her replacement, a man with more muscles than a well-stocked shellfish wholesaler, the magnificent Sven. Right, our first round is entitled Double Feature. Few things are as evocative as a great film title. Citizen Kane, Gone with the Wind, Death Wish 4, Audience Nil. However, due to the continuing poverty of the British film industry, directors are now being encouraged to make new films from the remains of 2 or more old ones. So, teams, I'd like you please to suggest the titles of some possible film remakes. Willie, will you start, please?
National Velvet, To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, Get Carter, you have Racing from Newmarket.
Graeme?
Yes, if you put together 12 Angry Men, 9.5 weeks, and Fellini's 8.5, you'd get 30-something.
Tim?
If you combine Dumbo, Road to Morocco, Raging Bull, and Adventures of Noddy, you get Big Ears Gets Road Rage in Toy Town.
Barry?
Combining Breaker Morant and Gone with the Wind. A new film called Who Done It?
Okay, any more?
Last of the Americans, Red October, Some Like It Hot, Pocahontas, Last of the Red Hot Pokers.
If you combine Superman, Kelly's Heroes, The French Connection, Al Capone, Fantastic Voyage, Man with the X-Ray Eyes, Princess and the Pea, Nightmare Alley, and The Duchess and the Dustman, you get Super Kelly French... I won't bother finishing that.
Any more? Right, well, our next round is called Dropout Song, which might imply that there'll be dropout singing. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. None of them can sing a note. I shall play in a selection of gramophone recordings, teams, which I'd like you to accompany. DJ Sven has his hand poised over my reproduction equipment. And at my signal, he'll twist the knob, causing everything to drop. If when the music returns, you're closer than a gnat's semi-quaver to the original, I'll be awarding points. And points mean prizes. What do points mean? Now go and invade Czechoslovakia. Come back, madam, I'm only joking. This week's prize is just the thing to keep the animal lover warm at night. It's this lovely hot water buffalo. Barry, I'd like you to start by accompanying Al Jolson singing Swanee.
I've been away from you a long time. I never thought I'd miss you so. Somehow I feel your love is real. In you, I want to be.
The birds are singing, it is song time. The banjo's strumming soft and low. I know that you yearn for me too. Swanee, you're calling me. Swanee, how I love you, my dear old Swanee. I give the world to you.
Is there a fast start to
folks in DIX, I even know my mammy's waiting for me, praying for me. Now my Swanee, the folks up north will
Bang on the right beat. Unfortunately, in the wrong key. Your turn, Graeme, now. Would you please accompany Andy Stewart singing Donald, Where's Your Trousers?
I've just come down from the Isle of Skye. I'm nobody big and I'm awful shy, and the lasses shout when I go by, Donald, where's your trousers? Let the wind blow high, let the wind blow low. Through the streets in a kilt I'll go. All the lasses say, hello, Donald, where's your trousers? A lassie took me to a ball, and it was slippery in the hall, and I was feared that I would fall, for I had me on my trousers. Let the wind blow high, let the wind blow low. Through the streets in a kilt I'll go. All the lassies say hello, Donald, where's your trousers?
Willie, I'd like you to accompany both Anne Ziegler and Webster Booth singing We'll Gather Lilacs.
We'll gather lilacs in the spring again and walk together down an English train until our hearts have learned to sing again. When you come home once more, just trust. Evening by the firelight's blue, you'll hold me close and never lose me do.
Uncanny.
Your eyes will tell me all I want to know when you come home.
Finally, Tim, would you please accompany Adam and the Ants singing Prince Charming?
Nice to have you back, Tim, alongside him.
Don't you ever stop being dandy, showing me you're handsome. Don't you ever stop being dandy, showing me you're handsome. Prince Charming, ridicule is nothing to be scared of. Don't you ever stop being dandy, showing me you're handsome. Boom, 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 boom. Don't you ever lower yourself, forgetting all your standards. And
I don't know. I got out of the habit of prayer until I had to sit here waiting for that damn tape to come back in. Anyway, the next round is called word for word. Any team members must take it in turns to say a word that's completely and utterly unconnected with the last. So, for example, if Oliver Reed is followed by sober, that would be perfectly okay. The opposing team should challenge if they notice a connection. Okay, Tim and Willie, will you start, please?
Peace. Suds. Lock. Suitcase.
boulder.
Nonsense.
Moribund.
Rubbish.
Cuddling.
Lamp.
Kissing.
Toupee.
Colitis.
Frisbee.
Doubt. Challenge F and Barry.
I didn't hear what Willie said.
Nor did I. Very seldom do.
I can't remember. I think I said toupee, but I can't remember. We may have to have an action playback. Yes, I did.
Well, I don't know, but just for a change, Barry and Graeme, will you take it up, please?
Plebeian. Plinth.
Challenge from Willie.
It's fair to say that Prince Charles is plebeian.
Only in China. Now.
Right.
Go on, Tim.
Jockstrap.
Challenge from Graeme.
There's a connection between jock and strap, surely.
Not on the newer models.
Go on.
Pedestal.
Antimacassar.
Trumpet.
Truss.
Challenge from Tim.
My auntie used to play the trumpet. Not many people have antimacassars, but I did. All right.
Well, with that game poised evenly, it's time to play the game called Sound Charades. This is run on similar lines to the TV show that put Lionel Blair where he is today, visiting his aunt in Solihull. In this round, each team will act out the titles of a well-known book, film, TV, or radio program for the others to guess. The difference is that in our version, team members are permitted the use of their mouths. Barry and Graeme, you're to start, and your title will be shortly broadcast to our theatre audience via the laser-projected, digitally enhanced, satellite-linked, computer-generated display screen, so thoughtfully provided by our hosts. Meanwhile, here's the mystery voice. Here's the mystery voice for you listening at home.
QED. QED.
OK, tell us what it is.
A TV programme. 3 words.
Very real sense, 3 words.
Here we go.
I want some scratch cards.
Edie, be patient. Join that line of people.
How am I? How am I going to get my scratch cards?
Go and stand behind that person over there, Edie.
What do I do? I'm 84, you know.
Stand in the line. How else can I put it?
There was a sort of billiards thing there. Was it Q? Is the word Q?
There's Q in the... No, it's not in the title. We've got more applause, so it is. Oh. Q. Q. 3 words, television.
Clues in the question.
Yep.
Question of Q. No.
Dr. Q.
Q. Is that a whole word or is it part of a word?
Could be.
Q.
Auto Q.
Q is all you get.
Can you eat it?
Above or below the waist?
I don't think we're going to get this. We're bored. Give us another Q.
Try some of the names of the characters in the sketch.
EDQ. QED. I would question that that's 3 letters.
3 words?
3 words.
3 words.
Quadirat demonstrandum.
Not in the title, it's QED.
If you've got a query, Tim, ask the lady in the audience. She's taken over the chairmanship. Right, it's your turn now, Tim and Willie. Your title is going up on the laser display. And here's the mystery voice for our listeners at home.
River dance. River dance.
EDQ.
It's another game called Anagrams, isn't it?
What is it, Tim and Willie?
You starting, Willie?
Starting.
All right. One-word stage show theatre.
Yes. Oh, what do we do? Alas, we have Torvill and Dean and the ice has melted.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
1 word.
1 word.
It's quite enough.
Is there a sinking connotation in the word?
Melting.
No.
No.
Thaw.
No.
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 Wet.
Sorry, I was saying no. Wet? You say wet?
Wet.
Yes, wet.
Water. Oh. Lake.
Get out your thesaurus.
Lake.
Lock. Puddle.
No.
Pond.
What are we on the banks of?
Avon.
Now,
What sort of a geographical...
That would be feet.
River dance.
Right, well, it's now time to play the game called Mornington Crescent. But first, I notice we've been inundated by a card from a Mrs. Trellis of North Wales. Dear Dr. Clare, she writes, so pleased to hear that Tim Brooke-Taylor is back. Without him, the show was like Hamlet without the balcony scene. Thank you, Mrs. Trellis. How true. On with the game, teams, which this week, in honour of our visit to Stratford-upon-Avon, will be played according to Tudor court rules. As many will know, this was the version of the game formally adopted by Henry VIII, and one which Shakespeare himself is likely to have played. Obviously, the playing area was considerably smaller than today, and many streets were effectively out of bounds due to plague. But it's basically the same as the modern game. According to the popular Arden edition of the Tudor Court Rulebook, at the passing of the codpiece, 'tis the holder who may nominate, except when out of croup. Well, I have with me the required piece of card, which I shall now pass to you. Tim Brooke-Taylor, will you start, please?
Tyburn. I'm handing the piece of cod to Barry.
Right. Received. I'm not in crew, am I, because of that?
No.
Right.
No.
You've
Not
just
yet.
got Curzon Street.
Pass us the fish, then.
I will lob.
But you...
What sort of radio show is it where you have to make your own sound effects? And quite frankly, a card landing on a desk is bloody difficult.
As you proved so effectively.
Carry on, Willie.
Northumberland Avenue.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Ooh. This is haddock, isn't it?
It was cod over here when it landed.
Doesn't travel well.
Globe Lane.
Pudding. You're right, it is Haddock Lane.
Ah.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Hay Hill.
He's out of croup, isn't he?
I'm thinking, wait a minute. Well, it's a moot point. I'm going to rule that he's not, because it's a borderline case.
Okay.
Carry on, Willie, then.
Gin Alley. That fish is still breathing.
It's about the only thing that is.
Southwark Road.
Tower Hamlets.
Pie Corner.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Go on, Willie, go for it.
Let's have a glass of water first.
You're out of time, Willie.
Morning, sir.
Oh, go on if you must.
No, I don't like to now. It's sort of soon. I prefer to accept that Mornington Crescent.
That was a bit of an anticlimax on the whole, wasn't it? Really? But then it used to be in the 16th century. Anticlimax is... Shin Macassar. Yeah. Always used to come at Christmas. Climax and Macassar. Here they come.
During your absence, Tim, how were things in the Betty Ford Clinic? It seems another week or two might do you a little good.
It's time now for a round of limericks, the simple rhyme scheme that still has devotees flocking to the Irish town of Stanza. Teams, I shall furnish you each with a fruitful first line, which I'd like you to continue in limerick form, taking one line each. We're going to start with you, Tim. That potty old monarch, King Lear,
was a martyr to chronic diarrhea.
He'd sit on his throne.
Emit a loud groan.
And nobody else would go near.
Here's one for you, Barry. Oh, dear. That warrior Coriolanus.
That warrior Coriolanus did several things that were heinous.
He tortured the cat.
Set fire to my hat.
And now he's been sick in my trainers.
Willie, here's one for you. That jealous old soldier, Othello.
That jealous old soldier, Othello, let out a stentorian bellow.
He fell on his sword.
And shouted, "Oh, God."
That's the last time that I'll play the cello.
Finally, Graeme, here's yours. At an orgy, old Julius Caesar
met a virgin and tried hard to please her.
She said, my name is Mimi.
Are you pleased to see me?
Or is that the Tower of Pisa?
It's now time for a round called Just a Minute. It's a musical version of Just a Minute with Nicholas Parsons, which consists of hilarious stumbling attempts at broken speech on any given subject, while the panellists wait for him to finish his introduction. Teams, I'd like each of you to perform a song of my choosing without repetition, hesitation, deviation, or repetition. Buzzers are provided for the non-singers to challenge, and take note, teams, that excess buzzing may drown out the piano accompaniment of Colin Sell, with any luck. Incidentally, Colin doesn't restrict himself just to playing the piano. In fact, he's recently been excelling himself with the cornet. Although, if anyone prefers, he does carry mivies and chalk ices. Right, the song is Run, Rabbit, Run. And Graeme, will you start, please?
On the farm, every Friday, on the farm. It's Rabbit Friday, the ever comes from along. Oh, was that a chow?
Yeah, it was. He did say on the farm twice, didn't he?
And Friday.
Yeah. Am I being too literate? Is it because I've been at this clinic that I suddenly see the world clearly?
No, you're right. I thought I could get away with it. But...
Yeah.
That's the first time, actually, that there's been a correct challenge for, I think it's 7.5 years, and I've forgotten what we actually do now. Tim, pick it up.
So every Thursday that ever comes along, I get up early and sing this little song. Move it, fairy creature, flee, lap out on your bike, hasten, go. Move it, bugs, flee, flopsy, mopsy, on your way. I don't have to go on. I heard a buzz. I definitely heard a buzz.
Challenge from Graeme.
Deviation. He didn't sing Run Rabbit.
No, he didn't.
No, but you pick it up. You'd already done
saving it, wasn't
yeah.
it? Clever
It doesn't
move.
matter where you do it.
You sure?
That's not what I heard.
That's what the policeman's told me, isn't it? It's what you do.
It's your turn, Willie.
Bang, crash, wallop, whoop. Go the farmer's gun. Lope, possum, sprint. Kangaroo, jump, lurch, lope. Oh, my God, it's better run, rabbit.
You see? Teamwork.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Challenge from Graeme.
No, we had rabbit in rabbit pie at the beginning.
All right. I accept that.
Well, that was fun. Let's have another game. Wish they wouldn't maybe say that was fun all the time. I'll decide if it was fun or not. Well, the best is yet to come, but before we run the closing credits, there's just time, I notice, for a quick round of Painter's Song Book. So while Sven nips out to practice his stroke technique, I'd like you teams, please, to suggest some titles of songs likely to prove popular with an audience of painters. Start with you, Graeme.
Rembrandts Keep Falling on My Head.
A happy day goes here again.
When the red Rubens comes boobins along.
Money, money, money.
Minimalist the Moocher.
And there's Damien Hirst's new single, How Much Is That Doggy in Formaldehyde?
The Boogie Woogie Broigle Boy.
When the pre-Raphaelites go on again all over the world.
Just a Van Gogh and Doris. And they only sit right down and paint a Canaletto.
Life is Just a Botticelli. Still alive is the name of the frame.
Michelangelo the boat, hallelujah.
And using painters in the widest sense, never mind the Dulux, it's the Sex Pistols.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Yellow chair up high in banana tree.
There'll be a note about that in Radio Times.
Well, as the still warm seat of eternity is lifted by the Char Lady of Time, before she brandishes aloft the toilet duck of destiny, I notice it's the end of the show. So from Sven, the teams, and myself, goodbye.
Barry Trial, Graeme Garden and Willie Rushton were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme was produced by John Naismith.
We present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Humphrey Lyttelton.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. Now, following the return of this series, I'm pleased to say that I've been sent some very positive notices, which I'd like to read to you. A fantastic triumph. An unstoppable conquest. And that's just two of the items for sale in Lawnmower and Motorcycle Monthly. You join us once more in London's Hackney Empire, formerly a variety house where the likes of Charlie Chaplin, Mary Lloyd and W.C. Fields once performed, before the decline of music hall. However, after many years out of commission, the theatre's been successfully revived as an entertainment mecca for the area. So, while the bingo cards are handed out, let's introduce the teams. They are, on my right, Willie Rushton and Tony Hawks. And on my left, Barry Cryer and Graeme Garden. And the warmest of welcomes, please, for the delightful lady who puts the team's points up, Samantha. Our first round is called Name That Tube. With the insidious creep of commercialism, even much-loved institutions are accepting advertisers' sponsorship simply to raise extra cash. We can take just pride that the BBC would never compromise the integrity of programs like I'm Sorry I Haven't a Nissan. Now, teams, with the imminent privatization of the railways and the recent proposal for sponsorship of London tube stations, I'd like you please to suggest some revised names likely to appear on our railway and underground maps. And we'll start with you, please, Tony.
I thought the dye company Dylon could sponsor Turnham Green.
Barry.
Skoda Tooting.
Willie.
Crown toupees and hairpieces high bonnet.
Graeme.
The 1922 committee's Hanger Lane. Or the Convocation of Bishops, Hatton Cross.
Okay, we'll have a free-for-all now. Any more?
You could have the Daxhunt Fanciers Club, Hounslow Central.
John West Tyndacton.
What about Vauxhall?
Right. Well, it's now time for the old musical favourite pickup song. As is customary in this round, Samantha's run her finger down my substantial playlist and selected some discs for you to sing along to, teams. At a certain point, the music will drop out, and if on its return you're within a cheesy quaver of the original, I'll be awarding points, and points mean prizes. What do points mean? Where are we? Hackney? This week's prize will provide the lucky winner with a never-ending supply of eggs for that environmentally friendly breakfast. It's this rechargeable battery hen. Right, Willie, you're going to start now, and I'd like you to accompany Elvis Presley singing Wooden Heart.
Can't you see I love you? Please don't break my heart in two. That's not hard to do.
How can you see he's dead?
Never would. How you do now? And if you say goodbye, then I know that I would cry. Maybe I would die, but I don't have a wooden heart. There's no strings upon this love of mine. It was always you from the start. Treat me nice, treat me good, treat me like you really should. 'Cause I'm not made of wood, and I don't have a wooden leg. Musik gehen, zum steht allein aus, und du mein Schatz bleibst hier. Musik gehen, zum steht allein aus.
Your turn, Barry. Would you please accompany Dolly Parton singing 9 to 5?
Me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, Betty. Getting by, it's all taken and no giving. Use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy.
She was nowhere near it, Barry. Graham, would you please accompany Andy Williams singing Can't Get Used to...
My whole life through, loving you. Called up some girl I used to know. After I heard her say hello, couldn't think of anything to say. Since you've gone, it happens every day. Can't get used to losing you, no matter what I try to do.
We've drifted apart, I think.
Finally, Tony, would you please accompany yourself as Morris Minor and your group, the Majors, in this, your smash hit from 1988, Stutter Rap.
I was born in a town in the great UK, from a baby to a boy to a man today. And I'm a musical man, and I'm a man of birth, but I got a little problem and it's getting worse. My life was so well planned, surviving and a jiving in a funk band, 'cause rapping, it's my bread and butter, but it's hard to rap when you're born with a stutter. Well, no one's ever seen what I mean. From the age of 13, we've all been caught in a mousetrap. So join with me and do the stutter rap. Well, it was 82 when I joined the boys, and I was hip and I was cool, but now I lost my poise. The kids, our fans, are starting to doubt when you open your mouth and nothing comes out.
That was nice. Our next round is entitled Innovations. All of us these days will have received those little catalogues listing various products and inventions that we never knew we needed. In this round, teams, I'd like you please to suggest some exciting new gadgets that you consider might be of interest to the people at the Innovations catalogue. And I'll choose who goes first by using my total satisfaction guaranteed, battery-powered, random team member name generator. So we'll start with... you, Tim Brooke-Taylor.
I'll take it, that's me. I've got one which is called a knee buckler. And what this does is, it's for very shy people. They strap this on. And what happens is they go to a party, and then this makes their knees buckle, and they fall to the ground, and then everyone comes to help them and pick them up again, and then they meet lots of new people.
Barry.
Jolly Jock, the talking truss. Strap it on and amaze your friends.
Willie.
There are these tablets that you drop into a kettle, and they turn lime scale into quite a flavoursome soup. Full of nutritional value, this has been compared quite favourably with pot noodle.
Graham.
One that caught my eye, a zip alarm. It says men say goodbye to open fly embarrassments, and apparently NASA scientists have come up with the zip alarm, which, if you enter a room and the zip is not properly fastened, or if it comes undone, a large flashing red light bulb pops out as a loud hooter goes off in your back pocket. And you can discreetly seal the offending amplifier. Before anyone notices.
Any more from anywhere else?
You could have a fart holder. This is a bag that you fit behind you, and it collects the fart and allows you to distribute it somewhere where you really want it to be used.
As a source, possibly, of energy.
Exactly.
Yes.
I spotted one in the sort of hobbies corner. Grow cress in your navel. And the starter kit contains a pinch of compost, a sachet of seeds, a mini dibber, and a micro watering can. And it says, ladies, if your Galliano evening dress shows your midriff, here's a unique conversation piece. And gentlemen, you'll never be without the filling for a small but nourishing sandwich. Coming next spring, the cactus collection.
Any more? Okay, well, the next round is entitled Good Morning Radio. We had planned to play a variation of it called Good Afternoon Radio, but that title apparently fell foul of current BBC policy. Our game is similar to the popular TV show Good Morning with Anne and Nick, but less political, obviously. The object of the game is for the teams to interview well-known persons without ever asking an interesting question and taking care to elicit only the blandest, most trivial of information from the interviewees. The winners will go on to meet Dr. Anthony Clare in the final. Right, teams, I'd like you to take it in turns to be the interviewers and guests on a breakfast TV chat show. Points will be awarded to the guests for anything of interest they manage to say. So, without further ado, let's find out who the guests are today on Good Morning with Tony and Willie.
Well, we're very lucky. Good morning.
Good morning, yes.
Good morning,
Willie.
Yes, good
I'm
morning.
Tony. Hi.
Good morning, Tony. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, audience.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're very lucky to have with us today.
We are.
A bit of a scoop, really.
Bit of a scoop for us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have none less than Liz Hurley and Hugh Grant together
Liz Hurley and Hugh Grant.
on the same sofa. And I think, let's not beat about the bush here, but I think what everyone wants to know, the one question, obviously, who between you does the gardening?
Well, I leave that to you.
Good morning, Liz.
Yes, Liz leaves. She, leaves me.
I'd just like to say, Liz, that that really is a divine brown dress that you've got on there. It really is marvellous. Who picks your clothes? That's very important.
Well, I've got this little man who runs up me as well, actually. It's quite a busy morning. I must apologise for Hugh hogging the conversation.
Yeah, Hugh, I was going to ask you, you've just finished a big film, you've just done 9 months, it's coming out soon. Who puts the shelves up in your house? Obviously. When the little man's finished running up Liz's dress, he knocks up the shelf. Wouldn't you?
I've got to say that was pretty good. Especially you, Graeme, doing Hugh Grant. The way you kept brushing your forelock back. Okay. Let's see who'll be taking to the couch on This Morning with Graeme and Barry.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, we're very excited this morning because on the couch we have 2 new cushions. And sitting on those cushions are 2 football players, Paul Gascoigne and Eric Cantona. Good morning to you both.
Good morning to you both.
Good morning,
Bonjour.
Good morning. Now,
I am a sardine.
well, yes, I mean, coming on to football, how do you get the name Gaza? Where's that from?
I've never really thought about it, really. No, it beats me, just something that sticks with me, that's all, you know.
I am an elephant. That has been harpooned in the penalty area.
Eric, I think that's a very silly, irrelevant remark.
He's off it.
Oh, no, he's got me knee.
Aye.
That's me out for another 10 weeks.
I am a walrus. I am the Eggman.
Good morning.
Right, now that I'm back, let's go on to a round called Sound Charades. In this game, the teams should take it in turns to convey the title of a well-known film, book, play, etc., for the other teams to guess. However, unlike the standard game of charades, in our version, team members have permitted the use of their mouths. Tony and Willie, you're going to start. Your title will now be relayed to our theatre audience via the thermal imaging magic of our giant laser-generated hologram projection screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
Apollo 13. Apollo 13.
Right, you're guessing this one, Barry and Graeme. So off you go, Tony and Willie, with your charade.
It's a film.
Yeah,
with sort of 2 words. Yes.
2 words.
Sort of 2 words.
Yes.
Right, shall we start?
Certainly, you begin.
Uno polo. Due polo. Tre polo. Quattro polo.
Giuseppe, how many times I tell her you're not to count your chickens?
Oi, about 13 times.
Graeme and Barry, start guessing.
Reservoir Dogs, but I can't quite work out how they got there.
How many times did you say?
30.
30. All right. So it's 30 chickens.
30 chicks, 30 chickens.
Coming home to roost.
Coming home to roost.
And why the Welsh accents? Chickens. A couple of stars like you ought to be able to get this, you know, really.
Does the word polo actually occur?
Yeah.
Very well done, audience.
Apollo 13.
Your turn now, Barry and Graeme. Your title's now being displayed on the thermal imager, and here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Newsnight. Newsnight.
Okay, Barry and Graeme.
A TV program.
TV program.
TV program.
1 word.
One word.
What's that then?
What?
What you got on your arm there?
What, this?
Yeah.
It's a snite.
You don't see many of those. Well, they're usually old, those, aren't they? Was it antique, is it, or what?
No, not antique, not second-hand. Just got it this morning.
You'd never.
I did. I went down the snite shop and I said, give me a fresh one.
Yeah. And there it was.
By chance they had one in.
Hold it up to the light then.
There you go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You ought to get yourself one of these.
Oh, I certainly will.
You're never alone with a snipe.
Well, tragically, I was completely in the dark all the way through that, but I think it just came to me at the end. It's rather boring just answering it, but it's news night, isn't it?
Thank you, Tony. 15 points bonus for that. Winding it all up. Now it's time to play the game called Mornington Crescent. But before we start, I notice our electronic mailbag is full to overflowing with an email message from a Mrs. Trellis of North Wales. She tells us she's now on the net with her first PC. Dear Libby, she writes. Show wonderful, 4 teams the 2, thanks. Faithfully yours, Trellis, Mrs. QWERTY, hatstand, shift, dot, chilblain, @.uk. Oh, and there's a PS. Which way does the keyboard go? Anyway, back to the game. Since Tony Hawks has only previously played at an amateur level, we shall play the first contest in the new Mornington Crescent season according to Morton's convention. So remember, teams, horizontal play is only permissible when a pursuant has been huffed. And also, the mainline stations are wild. We'll start with you, Barry.
Holland Park.
Barry.
Oh, it's me, isn't it? May I say that although Tony here has only ever played once in his life, he can be no worse than Tim. Who is, in all honesty, the worst person I've ever played with in all my life. I've been playing with him 25 years. All right. Ladbroke Grove.
No, that's
could be a moment, Tone, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't be huffed.
What?
I wouldn't be huffed now.
No. Go on.
All right. Mare Street. I can huff him now.
Yes, you could. It'd be quite fun for you. Have you ever huffed previously?
I've never huffed, no.
But that opens the horizontal.
Yeah, I mean, I could...
Up the horizontal.
Can I not...
Yeah, give him the old huff job.
All right. It seems a bit mean to come straight in.
No, be mean. That's what this game's all about.
Parsons Green.
Oh, young blood, you see, it makes all the difference.
How do you spell that? Parsons Green.
Right. Don't say it again, he's allergic to it.
Dalston Kingsland.
Amateurs. Portland Place.
Gloucester Place. Yeah. Do you think I should...
Yeah,
I can't huff him twice in a row.
No, you don't have to.
No?
No conferring.
Is Morton's convention still in now?
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Clapham South.
Good huff.
Clapham North.
Mornington Crescent.
We've now come to the point in the show where I ask the teams to come up with some of those 5-line nonsense poems, first popularised by Edward Lear, which took their name from that most quintessentially Irish of places. So, teams, let's play a round of Kilburn High Roads. Or, as they're sometimes known, limericks. I shall offer you each an interesting opening, and I'd like you to complete the limerick, taking one line each. And, Willie, we're going to start with you. At lunch with Attila the Hun.
At lunch with Attila the Hun, I ordered a roast corn-fed nun.
He said, we do have some monks.
Served on pineapple chunks.
I said, all right, and he gave me one. Good, sir.
Graeme, here's a line for you. At the seaside I saw Mussolini.
At the seaside I saw Mussolini struggle into a tight brown bikini.
I said, hold hard, Benito.
This must spell Benito.
Now I've seen where you keep your zucchini.
Tony, my anorak was Idi Amin's.
My anorak was Idi Amin's. My corset was H.M. the Queen's.
My large wonder bra
Once belonged to the Shah.
And these are Roy Hattersley's jeans.
Finally, you have a line here, Barry. A weakness of Vlad the Impaler.
A weakness of Vlad the Impaler was to shout out at men, "Hello, sailor."
In far Transylvania,
He'd indulge in his mania.
And dress up as Elizabeth Taylor.
We've nearly reached the end of the show, but there's still just time, I notice, to squeeze in a round of Car Mechanic's Song Book. So while Samantha and I pop out to check my dipstick, I'd like you teams to provide a selection of song titles likely to prove popular with an audience from the motor repair trade. And Barry, will you start, please?
I'm going to sit right down and drain my carburetor.
I want to hold your crankshaft. That's not in the game, it's just me chatting to Willie.
you know, when they begin, the big end.
Nissan Dormer.
The hokey chokey.
Dare you? Dare you? Daylight come and go. Come, Mr. Garageman, service me Granada. Daylight come
and go. You're the larder that I love. You're the larder.
When the Reliant Robin comes bobbing along.
Well,
how do you light your eggs in the morning?
Carburettor Burana.
It's,
hit the road, Jack.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
My bonnet lies over the ocean.
It's time for me to say that as the Labrador puppy of time scampers off with the toilet roll of destiny, it's time to bid the whining little child of show business adieu once more. Next week we'll be coming to you from the Royal Hall in Harrogate. In the meantime, from the team, Samantha and myself and all the good people of Hackney, goodbye.
Barry Cryer, Graeme Garden, Willie Rushton and Tony Hawks were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Lyttelton, with Colin Sells setting some of them to music. The programme was produced by John Naismith.